Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're all having a great day. Well, I'm back working on this little WD45. I know you've seen it before, but this has been probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, roughly, I'm guessing. Sure enough, went to start it because I was going to actually take this tractor back to my cousin and get it back to him. Well, I went to start it up, and it was a knocking and a clatter and running rough, backfiring and everything. Oh boy, my little seat here wants to bounce up and down, so it keeps getting stuck. It does that when it's cold, because I'm trying to get this phone just right. There we are. But anyway, when you can see right there on this here is the exhaust manifold. On these things, the exhaust and the intake is all one piece. So this bottom part right here is the intake. Right here, coming over from each side to the center, that is the exhaust part. And so it was running rough, kicking and making a lot of noise. So shut it down. I took the carburetor off, and come to find out, it's got the float that controls your needle valve as to how much gas comes into the carburetor bowl. It's got two floats, and each float is attached to the middle point back here where the needle valve is. One of the two floats had a pinhole in it, and it was actually allowing gas to go inside. And so it was literally just flooding the thing all out, and that's why it was knocking so, because it was just burning raw gas. Well, when it did that, let me show you. That exhaust manifold gasket, this right here, that fabric, it burnt that out. Well, about half of it. And I think I've got, yeah, there it is. I was able to find the other half was still in it. You can see the other half is burnt off. And so to make a long story short, I got a new float into the thing, and I started it up yesterday, and it runs great. However, I could hear a knocking coming right out of that cylinder number 4 right there, and it was that gasket materials burned out. And so thankfully I had some extra gaskets on hand. I tried, you know what, I'm going to put you back into my camera holder just like that. That way I can use my hands. So what I did was, that's the new metal part of the new gasket. Well, when I went to put that on there, I found out that it did not want to fit. It was just a fraction too small to go over the manifold. So, well, before I thought of it, I kind of opened up the ends here, just seeing if that would make it pop on. Then I happened to remember, I still have, right there's the old metal piece. It's still good. It's just got that black stuff over it. And so I just simply took the new gasket material out of that one and put into the old metal housing. Technically, it's still a new metal housing, because when I put this exhaust manifold on, it had all new gaskets. And so I put all new gaskets into it. Like I say, I'm just simply replacing that gasket material. Trying to get my little roller seat here to move around in this dirt doesn't exactly work too well. So I'm not sure how well you can see that up in there. The tricky part is going to be trying to get that stuck on the end of that manifold without falling out like it's doing right now. In fact, actually, one thing I think I'm going to do is there we go. Take that air intake hose off. That'll give me a little bit more room to work with. Hopefully that light's not creating too much of a glare into the camera. Most of the time you can do this, well, you do it when you got the manifold completely off. Hey, there we go. When you have the hood off and all that. Well, I didn't exactly want to have to take and pull all that stuff back down out of there again. I mean, I've had it all off and all wide open when I pulled the head off and had the head all gone through. Okay, I'm trying to look here into the back of it. Everything looks good back there. Take and push it all in. I think that's got it. Take and tighten it down here. I'll say one thing though, this thing don't like it when you put raw gas into it. It was a knocking and a clattering, almost sound like it was about ready to put a rod through the block. I didn't. Of course, when it was doing that, I didn't have it running very high RPM. I had it just idling along, so. But still, that's not a very good sound to have. Clatter, clatter, bang, bang. I should have grabbed a socket instead of this gear wrench, but I think I did tell in one of my previous videos where I was talking about this thing that this tractor does belong to my cousin. And so he's, oh, I'm trying to remember now. I think 77, 78, right through there. So he's getting up in years. And so I actually wanted this tractor because you've seen the videos I've got of my 1949 Allis-Chalmers WD. And this here's a 1954 WD45. And I actually wanted this tractor, and so I told him that what I do, instead of charging him for any kind of labor or parts or anything like that for all the engine work that I've done to it, because like I say, I've put new manifold, the carburetor's been all rebuilt, the head has been all gone through and checked. I've put a new water pump into it, and I converted it all over to 12 volt. Now, the alternator, that was on it when I picked it up from him. And so I had my dad tell him, because actually him and my dad would be, I guess, second cousins, if I remember correctly. And so he and I would be third. I think that's how it works anyway. But we told him though that instead of charging him any kind of labor or anything like that for repairs, I've got about $850 wrapped up in this thing for rebuilding it. We'll take that back. Add that float to it. I've got right at about $900. That stupid float in that thing was between the freight that they charged me and the float, $60, that stupid thing. But I needed it, so what are you gonna do? And so anyway, for $900, told him that I wouldn't charge him any kind of labor or anything for parts. However, he can take the tractor back, use it however long he wants to use it. However, someday, if something ever happens to him, and or if he finally completely retires, I get the tractor. And my dad said he talked to him here probably about a week or so ago, I think it was, and he was all good with that. He had to think about it for a while. And so for, let's say, $900, I get a running WD45 tractor. And you can see this and hear the paint's a little rough on it, but it still runs good and everything. It's got the old snap cupper hitch on it right down there for the quick release and everything. But usually for a running WD-45, oh, I see them going on my Allis-Chalmers Facebook groups for anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500. Now, if they have been completely repainted and they look like new, let's see here. Well, then you can take and jump that price up to anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500. Because you restore them, that makes a big difference. And so, hey, that's got that. But like I say, for $900 for a WD-45, that's not too bad of a deal. So it looks like a good spot to end this video. And I'm going to get me a little bit driver, tighten these little hose clamps down, and hey, this bad boy's ready to roll again. Hopefully no more flooding out the carburetor. One thing I want to check right quick is that gasket right there. Okay, we're tight. Just want to make sure. And that end one down there, that's good. Can't really see too well without that light right there, but so far we're looking good on this end. Okay, yep, we're good. Well, hey, that's a wrap on this video. Thanks for watching. Take care.